تبارك اسم ربك ذي الجلال والإكرام.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to part 3 of the series where I am debunking the false claims that Avery makes about the different variants of the Qur'an. So he brought 5 examples. In part 1, I debunked the first example he brought. Part 2, I did the second. And now we are in part 3, where I will completely dismantle the arguments that he brought on this example. Inshallah, bi'idhnillah. Now, for all the Muslims that are watching this and you found your way to my video, alhamdulillah, thank you guys. Wallahi, I appreciate you all. But I want you guys to help me build the channel up. So if you're here, please like this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And the best thing you can also do is share it. It's the best way to get the algorithm to have my video find its way to more viewers, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. All right, let us just get right into it, inshallah. So here we go. This is the third example. The third example is Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 183 or verse 184, depending on if you're reading from Warsh or if you are reading from Hafs. So, without further ado, let us begin.
Should be able to show this to a Muslim. Go ahead, Jai, talk to us. Walk us through this.
This one is a legal variant. What do I mean by that? I mean that depending on which version of the Quran you're reading, changes and affects how you practice the religion of Islam.
So the verse here is about how you redeem a missed fast. So when Muslims miss fasts in Ramadan, they have to make them up.
Yeah.
In Surah 2 verse 184, it says, Fidyatun ta'amu miskin. Fidya means the redemption. Ta'am means the feeding of. Miskin is the word here that you need, which we've written here, transliterated here. One poor person, singular, miskin, one poor person. That's Hafs. So for every missed fast, you have to feed one poor person. However, in the other version, famous version actually called Warsh, it says, Fidyatun ta'ami masakin. Masakin is the word here.
Okay. So this example, this verse talks about if one misses a fast during the holy month of Ramadan. So in Islam, if you miss a fast, okay, you're supposed to make it up after, in one of the days, regular days after Ramadan, okay? Now, the ruling that is agreed upon, there's the person before, he said something about, depending on how you read it, the ruling changes, which is incorrect. There's an agreed upon ruling by every single scholar that says, for every day you miss, you have to feed one poor person at least. For every day you miss, okay? So this is the agreed upon ruling. So there isn't 2 different rulings like they claim to make. That's number 1. Now, number 2, just because a word is used in its singular form in the Quran does not mean it's only used for a singular specific topic. And sometimes it can be used as a category, just like in this verse here. In this verse, ta'amu miskin is used as a category, and in fact, there's many examples of this in the Quran. Now, this is one way to explain it. There's also another way you can understand this, is that in this verse, it doesn't specify to the reader how much you've missed, how many days you've missed. It just says number of days. So in one reading, you can assume that the person, which is in Warsh, you can assume that the person missed more than one day. So they're using the word masakin, which is the plural form for feeding more than one person. And then in the first, in the Hafs version, you can assume that the person only missed one day. So he has to feed one person. Now, this doesn't mean that this is the actual meaning of it. This is one understanding you can have. Allahu a'lam. But what the scholars say, okay, is that the ruling is for every missed day you have to make the fast up, and if you can't fast because you're sick or whatever, or you just can't, you're for some health reasons you cannot fast, then you are supposed to feed a poor person for every day you missed. So if you missed one day, you feed one poor person. If you missed 2 days, then you feed 2 people, and so forth. Now, this type of examples are used many times in the Quran. A very strong example for this, where the singular word is used to mean the plural, is used in Surah Al-Insan, for example. Surah Al-Insan, verse 8. This is chapter 76, verse 8 of the Quran. Okay, it's talking about the good, like people who are good. Okay, we'll start from verse 7. يوفون بالنذر ويخافون يوما كان شره مستطيرا ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا. Okay, what does this mean? So these people, the good ones, they are those who fulfill their vows and fear a day of sweeping horror, and give food despite their desire for it, to who? To the poor, to the orphan, and the captive. And here, the word poor, orphan, and captive in Arabic is maskinan wa yatiman wa asira, respectively. Okay? Now, this word miskinan is singular. This word yatiman is singular. This word asiran is also singular. But the understanding of this verse and the meaning of it also, it's not that you're only feeding one person. No. These people that we're talking about here, they like to feed more than one person. And that's how it's understood. So they're being very, subhanAllah, deceitful when they're bringing these evidences and these explanations. And another thing I want to, I'm going to keep reiterating this. I'm going to keep reiterating this real quick. Let me move this a little bit right here. Okay. So Christianity, this is the reason why Christianity, let me just stop this. This is the reason why Christianity is watering down. And this is why people are not following their religion correctly as Christians. Because they do what this giant doc and this hamburger guy, Avery, is doing. Which is, number one, it's already bad that they start off with not the actual words, right? They start off with translations of the words, because this is what they're relying on, translations of it here. So, number one, you're already off to a bad start. That's number one. Number two, instead of looking at orthodox explanations of what these verses mean, you're making your own interpretation up, as if you know better than the people who gave you the religion, who brought you this religion. Subhanallah. And this, as Muslims, this is why you have the most practiced religion on the planet is Islam, and we all practice it the same way. Alhamdulillah. Like if you look at, the Sunni is the majority. The Sunni Muslims are the majority, and we all practice it the same exact way. Like when you go, you see us praying, it's all, it's all the same. The reason for that is because we don't make up our own little explanations. We don't make up our own interpretations of every verse in the Quran. This is how you start creating new sects. This is how you start watering down the religion and starting to go astray from the actual meaning that you're supposed to understand. Now, let me. The last thing I want to do is I want to get some sources from our scholars about this specific verse that they brought. Okay, because this was known. Like people already asked them about this. This was not like a new discovery that the giant doc found. This is already known, and people have asked ulama about this in the past. And I'll get you like some of the earliest tafsir, for example. In Al-Tabari, in his book Jami' al-Bayan, this is his tafsir, okay? He explains that miskin in the singular is used in Arabic for the whole category of poor, while masakin states the plurality explicitly. There's no difference in the ruling whatsoever. In Al-Qurtubi, in his book Al-Jami' li Ahkam al-Qur'an, this is his tafsir book, okay, he notes that the recitation complement each other. Hafs indicates the class with the generic singular, Warsh with the explicit plural. And then the last one I want to bring up is Ibn Kathir, and in his book Tafsir Ibn Kathir states both readings mean the same thing: feeding from the needy. So there's no contradiction in the practice of the law. There is no two different laws here, like these people stated. Subhanallah. And that's all I wanted to say about this specific topic. So we'll see you guys in part 4, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.